about Deutsche girls and girls from California. They might be alright for a night, alright, but don't trust them, I warn ya. I've been to the east and I've been out west and I've been all the world around, but I ain't seen none come anywhere near the girls from a London town. Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl.
Marry a girl from London town, you know you can trust them. They'll darn your socks and wash your men's your trousers if you bust them. They're all good cooks and they got good looks and they won't lead you a dance. I'm gonna find a London girl if I get half a chance.
Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. London girls are the best in the world, there ain't no doubt about it. You don't find a girl from a London town, you're better off doing without it. They don't create when you come home late and you're crawling up the passage floor, and they won't muck about when you go out with a geezer in the house next door. Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl.
If you ever go down to London town, your legs will turn to jelly. Cause the girls down there, I swear they're just like models off the telly. But they don't need no makeup, they look good as they are. And they've always got £1 to buy their round when it's their turn up the bar.
Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. Give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl.
And there it is, London Girls, one of the best-known songs by Chaz and Dave, who are our special guests tonight. And Chaz Hodges is the man who plays the piano, and David Peacock on the bass. Welcome to the programme, chaps.
Hi Stu, nice to be here, mate.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy day for you, hasn't it? I see
Yeah.
you've been all over the Great Britain, it seems, and you finally ended up here. How's the old promotional tour going?
Going very well, thank you, Stu. Yeah, it's the last one of a long day today. We've been all over the shop. We've been to Manchester, Stoke, Birmingham, I think, yeah, and there here, yeah.
And you brought your guitars with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a little bit of a strum then.
Well, a little bit of a tune.
Yeah.
Well, a little what? Here we go then. We do a little song,
Right.
eh? Is that all right for 10 much, yeah, do you think?
That's useless, Dave, but it'll have to do.
Here, Mama phoned up last night, she was going spare. She was in a temper, pulling out her hair. Sister's cold in a scrubby looking tent. Father don't give a monkeys, and this is what he said. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care if he comes round here. Got my beer in a sideboard here, let him have a sort it out if he comes round here.
Said to me, mother, let me have a talk to Ted, so he comes to the telephone, he 1.5 man. She's got no sense, silly little can, if he comes round here, there's gonna be a row. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care if he comes round here. Got my beer in the sideboard here, let him have a sort it out if he comes round here. If he comes round here, I got my beer, let him have a sort it out in the sideboard here. I got my beer, let him have a sort it out. I don't care if he comes round here. You'd think he was a tramp with a stubble on the chin. Looks like something that gets dragged in. Never got no money, smokes all my fags with holes in his soles. comes raggedy Ray.
On top of that he said, I've got the ump, shall I skinny little buddy now sticking out the front there, nothing said to finish it and running out of clothes. His tongue of liberties to punch him on the nose, but I don't care, I don't care, I don't care if he comes round here. Got my beer in the sideboard here, let mama sort it out if he comes round here. If he comes round here, I got my beer, let mama sort it out in the sideboard here. Got my beer, let mama sort it out, I don't care if he comes round here. Sideboard there, let your mama sort it out if he comes round here. Well, I don't give a monkey's I don't care, let your mama sort it out if he comes round. Well, I don't give a monkey's I don't care, cause I'm puffed out and I'm packing up and I don't care no more. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care if he comes round here. Got my beer in the sideboard here, let your mama sort it out if he comes round here. If he comes round here, I got my beer, let your mama sort it out in the sideboard here. I got my beer, let your mama sort it out, I don't care if he comes round here. Oh, let mama sort it, 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 mama sort it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. How about that? That's marvellous. And how do you always remember? So, I mean, obviously you do songs like that all the time.
We make it up every time. I don't know what you've done in the middle. What are you doing in the middle?
I don't know. I'm blowed if I know. We never done that song same twice, I don't think.
That's all part of the fun, though.
Because how long have you been together now?
16 years now. 1972 we started.
Yeah.
We've known each other for probably well over 20 years, but it's been 16. It's only been 16 years since we've been working together.
So how did you get together?
We met through a mutual friend. I was in a band with a bloke called Brian Juniper. He used to go to my school, and then he went to Chaz's school. And I met Chaz through him. He was filming a lift one night, and Brian Juniper stopped the car and said, "Look, it's my mate Chaz." And Chaz got in. And we would, used to go home, drop the Chaz off, and we'd go in his house and listen. We found we liked the same sort of records. Chaz had put a couple of records on it, and we sort of liked the same sort of music. So he said, after a long time of going around watching other bands and playing together at parties, we thought we'd sit down and write some songs. That was about 1972, yeah.
How much work do you do, Dave, on the actual songs themselves? Do you find it's a bit of a partnership?
I do all of it.
Doesn't do anything at all.
Now, what we do, we just toss around ideas between us. One of us might have a little snatch of a tune, or one of us might have a lot of words, or whatever. One of us might have a song nearly finished, and we play it to each other. We just go back and forth until we both get what we're satisfied with.
Well, the sideboard song which you just did then,
yeah,
I've heard that described as Cockney and Western, or country and
that's
West
good.
Ham.
Cockney and Western's good.
Quite a good way of doing it. But I mean, that song, for instance, how long did that take?
Now that's a good one to pick on, because when we were writing that song, we were so buzzing with it. I said, "No, I've got an idea." No, Chaz was going, "No, listen to this, listen to this." So we went in two separate rooms. We couldn't get the words down quick enough, it seemed. And when he come in, we met with our bits of paper, almost identical words. It was weird. We loved it when we did it. It seemed
it's completely different now.
Yeah, we changed it. But it seemed like we wrote it in, a couple of minutes.
Yeah. But we changed like bits on stage. I mean, the little sort of funny bits you put in, just to G you up and keep the feeling of it going. Right. It's fun to ad lib on stage and just try little twist the words around. And I mean, it's a nonsense song anyway. If he comes around here, I've got my beer in the sideboard here. It's daft anyway, but it's put all the words in different places and the timing is right and it makes it appealing.
That's it, it's the timing, isn't it? Superb. Yeah. We're going to play the brand new single.
Now here's a little town that I got for ya, about something that happened to me a couple of months ago. Now let me tell you all about it. Now all I want to bore ya. Oh, what's it all about? Well, it all started out cause I turned on the radio. Well, it's all about a tune that I heard one morning. It was a record some DJ played as I laid in bed. Didn't hear what he said as I lay there yawning. But before too long that catchy little song was going round and round my head. And it went die-die, diddly-bum, a-die-do, bye, diddly-am-a-dum-a, diddly-am-a-day, diddly-I-die, diddly-I, dibba-dubba-di-do, whoop, diddly-am-a-dum-a, diddly-am-a-day, oh, diddly-bum-a, 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 diddly-bum-a-day, dee-dum, diddly-bo-be-dum-be-di-do, whoop, diddly-whoop, whoop, diddly-bum-a-day. Well, I jumped out of bed, pulled on my trousers, with the tune on my mind all the time going round me head. Jumped in my car, drove round around the houses, till I found a record shop, so I stopped at the shop, popped up, popped in and said, have you heard this song? I asked the girl behind the counter, I can hum a line or two, that's all I like to do now, miss. I don't know what it's called, but I bet you're bound to. If
must be a hit, but the only little bit I know of it goes like this. And it goes die-die, diddly-bum, diddly-bum-a-dino, my diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, diddly-i-di, diddly-i, dibba-dubba-dino, whoop, diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, oh, diddly-bum-a, 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 diddly-um-a-day, dee-dum, biddly-bo, dee-dum-be-dino, whoop, diddly-whoop, whoop, diddly-bum-a-day.
Well, the girl couldn't help. She needed more information. So I rang up the DJ, but he said the same. So I asked the bloke next door and all of my relations, but they couldn't help at all. Nobody could recall this tune going round my brain. To cut a long story short, I all said I ain't heard of it. Everybody I asked never knew what I was talking about. And it's driving me balmy, I can't think of a word of it. The only bit I know I'll sing before I go, perhaps you could help me out. It goes die-die, diddly-bum, diddly-bum-a-dino, my diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, diddly-i-di, diddly-i, dibba-dubba-dino, whoop, diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, oh, diddly-bum-a, 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 diddly-bum-a-day, dee-dum, diddly-bo, dee-dum-be-dino, whoop, diddly-whoop, whoop, diddly-dum-a-day. And it goes die-die, diddly-bum, diddly-bum-a-dino, my diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, diddly-i-di, diddly-i, dibba-dubba-dino, whoop, diddly-um-a-dum-a, diddly-um-a-day, oh, diddly-bum-a, 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 diddly-bum-a-day, dee-dum, billy-bo, dee-dum-be-dino, whoop, 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 diddly-bum-a-dino, dee-boo-dee-bum, boo-dum, billy-bum, whoop, diddly-whoop, whoop, diddly-bum-a-day.
And there it is. That is the brand new single from Chas and Dave. It's called The Diddlum Song. Of course, big Tottenham Hotspur fans, of course. When did that all start? Have you always been Spurs fans?
Yeah. About fifth generation for me, fourth generation. My great-grandfather was the first Spurs fan. Then my granddad, then my dad and mum and me and my brother, and now my boy and all my family.
Yeah, nice as well to be able to produce a couple of records which you did with the Spurs team.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been pretty proud of that as well.
Yeah, it was great. It was good fun. And they all got stuck in and all. It was a good, both of them were good fun to do.
Yeah, and even Ozzy Ardiles in there as well.
Yeah, and you come for it, that thing, come. Yeah, he done that well. They sold the record, that did.
It became sort of the part of the record which everyone sort of remembers.
Yeah.
Right. So the last one we done for them was going well, but they went and lost the cup final, so that was the end of the record.
Yeah, got to number 18 and they lost.
Yeah,
So,
very unfair of them, don't you think?
Now, of course, you're at the Apollo Theatre in Oxford, back again because you did the Comic Relief thing, didn't you, a
Yeah,
few
that's
weeks
right,
ago?
yeah.
And you're back on there Friday the 15th of April, and two lucky people will be able to win a pair of tickets, in fact, for that show. What about a question to set for them? Any ideas? Off the top of the head there?
What was the first top 10 hit that we had? Don't forget, first top 10 hit that got into the top 10. What was the first one?
That's right. Of course, Strumming was the first hit, I suppose,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
the
it?
first time we,
Yeah, but the first top 10 hit, if you think you know, then Oxford 511 141, that is the number. Give us a ring now. The lines are open. We'll take all the correct answers, put them into a hat, and then 2 pairs of tickets will be given away. Now, the new single we just played, Diddlum Song.
Yeah.
All right, how long did it take you to do that one?
I had the idea for the diddlum bits in the middle, but I didn't know what to do with it. I had it on a bit of a tape. And I said to Chas, what do you think of this? What can we do with it? And then Chas came up with the idea of the story, like about the bloke laying in bed and he hears the song, and he wonders what it's called because the DJ don't say what it's called. And we just worked on the words from that, got different ideas as we went along.
I think it was I think we got most of it done the first day, didn't we? Didn't we finish off when we was in Margate?
Yeah, we sat in your hotel room and finished off, yeah. Didn't take long, did it?
A couple of days, I suppose, to finish it, really.
And of course, it's out now on the Buns label, new label for you.
Our new label, yeah.
'Cause it was EMI, then Tower Bell, they went bust, and now it's Buns.
Yeah.
So obviously, is this your own label, in fact?
It is, yeah. Distributed by PRT, but it's our own label, which is good.
Right, obviously hoping for big things there.
Yeah, we hope so. Touch wood.
Yeah. A bit of bang, Chas.
Right, now I mentioned the Apollo Theatre in Oxford, of course. Very good venue for you. You've been here many a time before.
Yeah.
And in fact, the last Oxford gig, I suppose, apart from the Comic Relief one, we were just sort of chatting earlier. It must have been about 3 years ago when you were doing someplace in Botley.
That's right. I remember the rings of Dinger, the name, but I can't place the gig. It's often the case when you're gigging all the time.
That's right.
Do you
Yeah,
remember
was
it? Botley?
No, can you remember Botley and Nip?
That's the tour manager.
When we recognise it, when we see it again, so you'd have to run us down and have a look at it.
We have arguments.
Oh, yeah, now we remember it.
We were between ourselves. We pull up at a gig and I say to him, we never played here before, and he goes, yes, we have. So we have. It's like that all the time.
So what's the latest on television shows? Because, I mean, you had that tremendous Chas and Dave's Knees Up, which was shown with Jeff Stevenson and 1 or 2 other people as well, which was very, very successful.
Yeah.
Created the old atmosphere of a London pub very well. Is there going to be another series of that?
We're hoping there is. We did a special last Christmas. The they're talking about it. I mean, you never know with TV people, whether they either decide or they don't. But it was successful, and a lot of people liked it. And I think they go a lot by ratings, and I think the ratings was all right. So there again, to touch wood, yeah, it was good. We enjoyed doing it. It was great.
A lot of wood touching going on here.
Yeah. That's my only superstition, touching wood. I've got no other superstitions at all. He's got hundreds of them, he has.
Is he?
God blimey, yeah.
Too many to mention, I can't help it. Yeah.
He's gone all red
Yes,
as well.
when he goes on stage, he has to turn around 3 times, do an handstand, and he has to crawl under the piano, over the top of the piano.
Shut
and he has
up.
To put his
No,
face
I
on.
don't. Near then.
How about another song?
Yeah.
Good idea, yeah.
We do.
So you're going to start ramming in a minute anyway.
We've got 2 minutes of it having a round. What are we going to do now? Don't know, do you?
I'll tell you what, I ain't going to tell you, I'm just going to start it.
Go on then, I'll join in.
Well, I built my life around you, did what I thought was right. But you never cared about me, now I've seen the light. Oh, darling, there ain't no pleasing you. You seem to think that everything I ever did was wrong. I should have known it all along. But darling, there ain't no pleasing you. You only had to say the word, and you knew I'd do it. You had me where you wanted me, but you went and blew it. Everything I ever done was only done for you. But now you can go and do just what you want to do. I'm telling you, 'cause I ain't gonna be made to look a fool no more. You done it once too often, what do you take me for? Oh darling, there ain't no pleasing you. Now if you think I don't mean what I say and I'm only bluffing, you got another thing coming, I'm telling you that for nothing. Oh darling, I'm a leaving, that's what I'm gonna do. See that jazz chord
Major
there?
seventh.
Hey,
How
did that happen?
That's a jazz seventh. Charlie, don't play them no more.
It's a lost chord.
That sounds alright.
Don't forget, if you know what the first top 10 hit was by Chaz and Dave, give us a ring on Oxford 511141. We're going to play a bit of music now, and this is interesting actually because Chaz actually wrote it, but it's not by Chaz and Dave. It's by a Scottish band called Colorado, who I think you appeared with at the Peterborough Country Music Festival, and they took one of your songs and have actually recorded it. And this is probably the first time you've heard it, so we're interested to see what your reaction is. It's called I've Tried to Write a Love Song.
Try to write a love song that shows the way I feel, but perhaps I just ain't got it. Perhaps I never will. I wish that I could write down words that I'd want you to see. I wish that I could write a love song just to you from me. I write the words down, then change them all around, 'cause I ain't too sure. They look all wrong, it's just another song. It's all been done before, and it's got to mean much more. That I could write a love song that shows the way I feel, but perhaps I just ain't got it. Perhaps I never will. Rock and roll songs come easy. Rock and roll songs are dead easy. Perhaps it's simply that I love you more than words can say. Isn't that I feel silly when I let my feelings show? Or am I afraid to give too much in case one day you'll go? If I give in to my emotions, then I might get hurt. If one day you run away with my Uncle Bert, but I'm making fun again. Trust me to make a joke about anything. Wish I could think of lines, wish I could make up rhymes. Can't think of anything good to sing. I wish that I could write a love song that shows the way I feel, but perhaps I just ain't got it. Perhaps I never will. Rock and roll songs come easy. Rock and roll songs are dead easy. Perhaps it's simply that I love you more than words can say.
So, a little touch of a band called Colorado, and I've tried to write a love song. Written, as I said, by Chas Hodges here, but also by David Peacock as well, you see. And that was by Colorado. Is that the first time you'd heard that?
Chaz has heard it before, yeah? I haven't heard it before.
I haven't heard it all the way through, but I heard it on the radio, but it's the first time I've heard it properly.
Actually,
great job on it.
Yeah, they have. A lot of our songs could be done in that country vein because, you do, obviously, we've got country influences anyway, but we are going to send some stuff to someone in Nashville who wants to listen to some of our stuff, so we've got high hopes for that as well.
You said country influences there. What sort of names?
Well, I used to be in a country and western band called Tumbleweeds years ago. We used to back people up. Bobby Bear and people, Americans used to come over. We used to go to Germany backing people as well.
Oh, the famous German gigs.
Yeah, on the American Air Force bases.
Yeah, 6 45-minute sets
it.
or something.
Yeah.
I used to back Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman, yeah.
Good
But
grief.
we was told when we send this tape over to Nashville, don't mention anything about Slim Whitman because they won't play it.
That's right, because Bobby Bear's over here at the moment. In fact, he's got a gig at Reading at the
Yeah.
weekend, so with David Allen Coe. Let's go back to Chaz and Dave. Another song.
Yeah, we're doing another one. This is, in fact, it's got a bit of a country flavour, I suppose. This is a little lazy song, dedicated to anyone who ever woke up on a lovely summer's day and didn't feel like doing much. It's called One of Them Days.
Dedicated also to the last summer that we had, 1975, I think it was. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3.
It's one of them days when I ain't gonna worry about no one. They can do as they like, I'll do as I please. Today I'm not gonna be part of that rat race. I'm gonna please myself and do just what suits me. I could go for a walk, or then again I could go fishing, or I might just laze around and while away the time. Let them all go and take care of their business. I'm gonna please myself, taking good care of mine. I'm feeling good, what a lazy mood I'm in. What a perfect day to while away. I got a lot to do, but I ain't gonna do a thing. It'll all get done when I'm having my fun. The trees are rustling in the breeze and the birds are singing. The old dog sleeping in the sun by the old back wall. I think I'll move myself and go out and join him, 'cause it's one of them days for doing just nothing at all. Yes, it's one of them days for doing just nothing at all.
Oh, that was lovely. Do you prefer doing the centre songs, or do you get just as much a buzz doing Rabbit?
I
Or
like them all, really. I mean, when you're doing a set like we do like all types. When you're doing which set on stage is about hour and a half, hour 40. We've got enough sort of up things and down things and medium things to make a nice contrast, nice variety.
What's your own favourite, Chaz?
That's really hard to say because you like them for different reasons. But I suppose, and it's not just because it was the biggest hit. I suppose Ain't No Pleasing You really is.
That was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was a personal thing, I think, for me and Dave. We were doing it when we first wanted it as a single. I think almost everybody in the business said it's a very nice song, but we don't think it'd be a hit like The Plugger and The Manager and all that. And so we went out, we put something else out, which didn't do much. Then we started doing it on stage, and we just loved it ourselves anyway. And people would come up every night almost and say, "What's that song you do in the middle? That Darling one, you know?" And we kept on, and the manager said, "We've got to put this out as a single." And finally we did it on a TV show. And this particular shop in Tottenham, I remember him saying that's what swayed him, were like loads and loads of phone calls. And he said, "We've got to put it out." We said, "Oh, at last," you know, because we put it out, and it just kept going up. It was great.
Yeah, it was a big song for us. Even in Australia, it was in their charts for months before we even went there.
Very satisfying as well, particularly after the record company and all the management and the people
Yeah,
that's
who
right.
so-called
Yeah.
know the business
Yeah.
got it
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, it's nice when you like it yourself, and everybody else likes it. It was one of them songs, you know, when you get a single out, you sort of push it and plug it and plug it. You didn't have to, it sort of
He
it
used to
pushed
say-
itself,
yeah.
didn't it?
Our manager said this record's got its own legs. That's what he used to say.
Of course, it's a big bonus as well if you buy a Diddlum song, because you've been to the Sun recording studios in Memphis. Memphis,
that's
Tennessee.
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was good.
So that's on the B-side along with another oldie song. Which one was it? I can't remember.
Banging
in your head.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
In
Yeah.
fact, in Memphis, Tennessee was the first time we ever performed a Diddlum song live. We'd only just written it then, and we was over there. We went down Bill Street in Memphis, and Jerry Lee Lewis's sister, she was doing a gig down there, and we've known her for quite a long time. And she said, "Come up and sing a few songs," and we did that one, and it went down a storm there. So we thought, hello, we might be onto something here, because since we've come back to England on our gigs near, it goes down good, really
It's
good.
one that's similar, although it's completely different to Ain't No Pleasing You. It's one of them ones that we've been doing on stage and really goes down great. So it's always a good point, I think, if people like it, you know.
Was it a bit of an ambition to go to the Sun Studios?
Yeah, I think we've been talking about it for years because it's like a bit of a pilgrimage for us because it's where our roots were, you know, all our rock and rollers, all our roots come from the rock and rollers, Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard and Fats Domino, and especially Jerry Lee. And but when we went there, it was great. Oh, there it actually is. And when we found out that we could go in the studio and record, we was only there about 2 hours. We had to get back to Atlanta, Georgia. And we just rushed in, plugged everything in, and just managed to put a couple of tracks down just to say that we'd done it. And we didn't have no plans to do anything with the tracks then. But then we said, "Oh, what should we put on the B-side?" "Oh, great idea. We bung that on it."
Yeah.
You know.
What did the Americans make of Chaz and Dave then?
They seem to like us.
Same thing, really. I mean, we often get asked that question, but it's music, really. I mean, it's not. I mean, a lot of people say, "Do they understand you?" If we were comedians and going out telling jokes that they didn't understand, it's different. But it's just a play on words, really, that we do. I mean, they don't understand us here. I
Mind
don't
you,
understand him.
Don't
You
understand,
me?
don't understand each other. I mean,
But we
Rabbit,
like the feeling of it, yeah.
that song Rabbit was a big hit in Germany, for instance.
Really?
Yeah.
Good grief.
I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, when Lonnie Donegan came out. I don't know if you remember Lonnie Donegan, do you?
Yeah, I met him.
He had a song called Rock Island Line. One line, ride, God, ride like a funny gets real tongue twister. And it's all nonsense. You don't really know what he was saying, but the meter of it sounded good. It's just-
Anyway, you ain't plugged my book yet.
I'm going to do that right now. But listen here, I want $5. I'm going to put the price up. It's no good for $5 and no more, because I want. My mate here has written this book.
Well, this one
It's
here.
called, Chaz Before Dave, the rock and roll years of Chaz Before Dave. It was, see, we were both going to write this book, and but I
That's
sort of
true.
lagged behind. I got writer's cramp. So
Well, he
I
kept going down the pub, you see. I was saying, "How are you getting on with your bit?" He said, "I'm just going to have a pint and I'll..."
yeah. So I said to him, "Look, I can't do it. So I think you should better, carry on with your half." And it's all about his days before he got tangled up with me. Like he used to play like with Jerry Lee Lewis and Gene Vincent, and all these fantastic rock and roll singers.
And also, there is an exclusive picture of him in the middle. It's worth buying the book for.
Leave off.
Never before been published, right?
I'll tell you something. If this book's a huge success, I want a few bob out of this because I'll never give you permission to put that photo in there.
I'll give you a tenner. Go on.
Do you think I've plugged it enough?
Yeah,
rock and roll you did just before, Dave.
You've done well.
With a diddle song stuck on the back.
You've done well. Don't push it.
All right.
What about Mickey then? Because we haven't mentioned Mickey Burt, have we? Yet? The drummer.
Oh, where
Stuck
is
at the
he?
back.
He left up Liverpool.
Mick.
No, he's great. We've known Mick for years. He used to play with Cliff Bennett and the Rebel Rouse, who Chad used to play with. That's where we first got
It's in the book.
Mick.
It's all about in the book. Yeah.
But we don't bring him on the radio shows because he drowned us out with the drums. Well, he got a couple of guitars, so we said you better stop a time.
We give him the week off because we just go around strumming the old guitars. But he'll be banging the drums next week with us.
Tomorrow you will be. We're doing a TV show tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, what's that on?
Jim Davison show.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's being recorded tomorrow, so Mickey better be there.
It has been rumoured. One thing I've always wanted to ask you guys is that occasionally, or rather once a year, should we say, you get together with Eric Clapton in an unannounced London pub for an impromptu gig. Is that right? Does that actually happen?
Well, it's not an annual thing, but we have done it before. We've got him. Well, we've gone up to his place and played. I think it's Ripley, a little village or somewhere down there. We played a couple of times with him.
You used to tour with them, didn't you?
Yeah, we've supported him on a tour, and we were mates with Albert Lee, his guitar player.
Oh,
he used to play
Albert,
with Chaz in Heads, Hands and Feet, so
that's right.
that's where the connection
He's in the
was.
book and all.
Yeah. Wasn't Jerry Hogan in Heads, Hands and Feet? He was another local musician from around here, the steel guitarist.
It was talked about once when me and Albert first left Heads, Hands and Feet. We was going to get Jerry, and then cutting a long story short, none of it come of it. And then it all folded up, and it's when me and Dave got together. It was talked about for a little while.
We've known him years and years, Jerry Hogan. Years.
Yeah, because he's I think he's around Berkeley or Newbury area,
right.
and he picks us up loud and clear. And he's
a great steel player.
He's
I hope
working
you're
with Sonny
listening,
Curtis.
Jerry.
Yeah, he's working with Sonny Curtis at the moment.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we went to see the Crickets last night.
Done some vocal backing for him.
Yeah, we jumped up there. Yeah.
God, that was fun.
Yeah.
Where was that then? Aylesbury, was it?
That was in
Wakefield.
Wakefield, yeah.
I know you guys got to shoot off very, very shortly. How about one more song just to end with?
Yeah. What should we have about then?
Well, it's getting near opening time. What do you think?
Banging in your head, eh?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, if this is what wake up tomorrow with. It's all about an hangover called the banging in your head. I'll never go to solo, but it's me wrong guitar, so if it never mind. Have you ever laid in bed with a banging in your head that you just can't bear? You can't stop that ceiling going round up there. So you step to the sink on your dive or drink a bang a leg on a chair. You want to make a cup of tea, but the teapot can't be found. So you stumble back to bed with a banging in your head and you can't lay down. You wish they'd never have brought that homemade cider round. All your eyes are hanging out and the pattern was about on the eider down. All the covers on the floor but the skirting board's up in the air. And you say it's got to stop.
Look here, it's got to stop.
I never touch another drop.
I shan't touch another drop.
And you think I don't think?
And you think I don't think?
I'll never have another drink.
I'll never have another drink.
Then you wake up in the morning and you wish you never gone to the pub last night. Alarm bells clanging and your head still banging with all its might. Then your mate come and knock, shout through the letterbox and coming out for a pint. So you stumble out of bed for you know what you've done it again.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm going to do that, James. Right.
Big time. Have another go.
I'll take my boxing gloves off in a minute. And you say it's got to stop.
Look here, it's got to stop.
I never touch another
I
drop.
shan't touch another drop.
And you think I don't think?
And you think I don't think?
I'll never have another drink.
I'll never have another drink.
Then you wake up in the morning and you wish you never gone to the pub last night. Alarm bells clanging and your head still banging with all its might. Then your mate come and knock, shouting through the letterbox, you're coming out for a pint. So you stumble out of bed for you know what you've done it again. Have you ever laid in bed with a banging in your head?
Yeah. Well done, Charlie.
Yeah, I got get mixed up with me jazz. I didn't know whether to do a Django Reinhardt solo or an Eric Clapton solo, whatever.
Brilliant anyway.
Like Jerry Lee.
Anyway, Chaz and Dave, thanks very much indeed for popping in and seeing us today. We'll mention the book again. It's called The Rock and Roll Years of Chaz Before Dave, and it's out now.
Is that
$6.95.
Is that a tenner I've got to give you now?
A bit more than that, actually, and I mean, especially for that bit in the middle centre pages as well. I've just had a little glimpse there.
Yeah.
The new album's out. That's called Flying, and the new single is called The Diddlum Song. And of course, they're at the Apollo Theatre in Oxford. Should be a great gig. Friday, the 15th of April? And the answer to the question was... Rabbit. And we'll be playing Rabbit a little bit later on and tell you who's actually won those. Well, thanks very much indeed once again to Chaz and Dave, and they're off down the old motorway now, all right? Cheers, lads.
Rabbit, 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 rabbit. You got a beautiful chin. You got beautiful skin. You got a beautiful face. You got taste. You got beautiful eyes. You got beautiful thighs. You got a lot without a doubt, but I'm thinking about blowing you out. Cause you won't stop talking. Why don't you give it a rest? You got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. It's time you got it off your chest. Now you was just the kind of girl to break my heart in two. I knew right off when I first clapped my eyes on you. But how was I to know you'd been my heroes too? With your incessant talking, you're becoming a pest. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Now you're a wonderful girl. You got a wonderful smell. You got wonderful arms. You got charm. You got wonderful hair. We make a wonderful pair. Now I don't mind having a chat, but you have to keep giving it that. No, you won't stop talking. Why don't you give it a rest? You got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. It's time you got it off your chest. Now you were just the kind of girl to break my heart in two. I knew right off when I first clapped my eyes on you. But how was I to know you'd been my heroes too? With your incessant talking, you're becoming a pest. Rabbit, 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 yep, rabbit, yep, rabbit, bunny, jabber, rabbit, yep, rabbit, bunny, rabbit, jabber, rabbit, yep, rabbit, bunny, jabber, rabbit.